A devastating blow to one Panhandle nonprofit has them scrambling to keep operations up and running. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, operation of the recycling center run by Keep Alliance Beautiful could be in jeopardy after the Nebraska Environmental Trust refused to provide grant funding to the organization for the first time in a decade. Keep Alliance Beautiful had requested $95,000, and on the grading scale to be eligible for NET funding, the nonprofit fell just 3 points short of the minimum, with judges expressing a wide range of opinions on whether Keep Alliance Beautiful's efforts met their criteria. Executive Director Kathy Worley tells KDB News with existing funding, the recycling center can remain open through June, but the grant rejection by NET will have an impact.
Part of that money is matching money for our grant with NDEE. So when you don't have those dollars coming in, you potentially lose money from NDEE, which is not good for us either.
Worley says they are taking steps to rein in costs and has reached out to the county and city to see if they might have grant opportunities to help. The organization has also started a GoFundMe page to raise $100,000 to keep their recycling and education programs operational through the year. Well, 2 Panhandle men have been arrested on drug and weapon charges following the execution of a warrant Saturday in Llewellyn. The Garden County Sheriff's Office arrested 63-year-old George Sheets and 53-year-old Paul Kielbasa with the assistance of the State Patrol, Dual County Sheriff's Office, and Game and Park officers. Sheets is facing charges including possession of methamphetamine with intent to distribute and possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person, while Kielbasa is facing charges of possession of a controlled substance as well as possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person. Both were arraigned on the charges Monday in Garden County Court. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then, your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Welcome back. The Chadron Aquatic Center is continuing to provide services to customers after the failure of the heating element in the center's integrated HVAC dehumidification system. At the time, city staff contacted the city's on-call train service technician for support, and after inspection, the technician ordered a replacement motor from the manufacturer. City staff immediately began implementing improvised measures in an attempt to continue to provide service. And while the makeshift solutions have not restored the HVAC system to normal operation, they have been able to maintain water temperature. When the outdoor temperature falls below 45 degrees, it becomes difficult to maintain the normal indoor operating temperature in the center. And because of the humidity in the facility, it can feel cold, sometimes very cold. Chadron officials are hoping they receive the parts as promised by May. Well, a 43-year-old Bridgeport man has been arrested in connection to a fall burglary in Morrill County. Joshua Foster was arrested last month on a warrant charging him with burglary, a Class 2 felony. Court records show that Foster had stolen multiple firearms and shop tools from a storage unit belonging to a 79-year-old man. Following the execution of the search warrant on his home, Foster admitted he had taken the items from the storage unit. Foster was scheduled to be arraigned on the charge today in Morrill County Court. And U.S. Congressman Jeff Fortenberry of Nebraska has typically been a low-profile Republican who has easily won in his district and rarely made headlines. But now he's headed to a high-stakes trial in Los Angeles that could cost him his job and his freedom. Fortenberry will stand trial starting today to fight allegations that he lied to federal investigators about an illegal 2016 contribution to his campaign from a foreign national and didn't properly disclose it in his campaign filings. The 9-term incumbent is also running for a re-election at a time when many prominent Nebraska Republicans have already abandoned him ahead of the state's May 10th primary. Well, coming up after the break, we will head on over to the Panhandle Humane Society to meet their featured Pet of the Week. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to turn a little more active here over the next day or two with cloudy skies, some showers developing tonight, going to mix with some snow overnight. Most of the snow and rain showers going to come while you're sleeping, but we'll see temperatures falling off into the 30s. Tomorrow going to be a cloudy, cooler day as well. We'll turn warmer, though, as we go into Friday and through the weekend. Then next week, colder to start the week with, again, some chances of rain and snow. And there are some crazy predictions out there with some of the forecast models, so just stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date on what's coming in the long range. 71 yesterday. What a beautiful day that was after a morning low of 26. That's about normal for a low, but almost 15 degrees, 16 degrees above normal for a high. Right about where we should be for the month and about 0.3 of an inch above normal for the year in terms of precip. We do have a few winter weather advisories that are out in portions of Colorado. You can see the areas off to the south and west of us, around Fort Collins, those areas of Colorado, that area experiencing some winter weather advisories, even some winter storm warnings there in the high country. But don't be surprised to see some accumulating snow in those areas. I think most of the accumulating snow in our area going to be confined back towards the high country. We're in the 50s, 60s in eastern Nebraska, even closing in on 70 in some areas, but notice those 30s and 40s not far away. It's 41 right now in Cheyenne, 45 in Lusk, but 60 in Valentine, somewhere in the middle across the region, and winds out of the north-northwest, anywhere from 10 to 15. We do have some occasional gusts over 20, but so far not too bad in the wind department today. Well, we're going to see some snow showers when you get on the bus in the morning heading to school. Going to be right around that freezing mark in the 30s. Now, on the way home, things look just cloudy, and we'll be in the mid-40s. So a cooler day tomorrow, still not bad for this time of year. So Futurecast tonight, we start to see some rain showers develop here through the evening hours. Hit or miss on the rain showers, and then any of that turning over to snow going to happen overnight into early tomorrow morning. Could see some banding areas that could produce some heavier snow, but ground temperatures are pretty warm, so some of that will melt initially as it hits the ground. Lows tonight going to be in the 20s to near 30, some areas right around that freezing mark. Now tomorrow we start the day with some snow showers out there in the morning. By 9, 10 o'clock, those really start to dissipate and move out of the area, and by lunchtime we should be about out of the region of any sort of rain and snow shower activity. Still some hit or miss isolated activity possible later on today or tomorrow, but we don't see much coming in the way tomorrow, and it will clear out certainly as we go into Friday and things start to perk up Friday and on into the weekend. Cool tomorrow with temps only in the 40s for most of us, a few areas sneaking into the low 50s. The good news is we've got some decent moisture coming from this, and at least a pretty good chunk of this is going to fall as the form of rain. Some areas could pick up a half an inch maybe of moisture out of this system. If we get to that, that certainly would be great news. Any accumulating snows, I think, going to be confined to our west, maybe an inch or two around Kimball over to Cheyenne, but more as you get in the high country over towards Wheatland and back into the mountains, and then certainly more down in portions of Colorado. Forecast looks like this: rain and snow showers tonight, lows down into the low to mid 30s. And tomorrow we should have a few morning snow showers around, otherwise overcast, cooler. Temperatures into the upper 40s. Our 7-day forecast keeps it very nice through the weekend. Look at those 60s as we start the first day of spring. Then some rain and snow showers return Monday, back into the 40s. And by Wednesday of next week, we're back to near 60.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Welcome back. For this week's featured Pet of the Week, we meet Rosie, a 1.5-year-old cat who has been at the Panhandle Humane Society for far too long. This is Rosie, a wonderful cat who loves to look at her surroundings. Her adoption cost is $50, and that includes her spay, microchipping, and vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Rosie will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling her right away.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, in what seems to have been an annual piece of legislation, Nebraska lawmakers considered LB 283, which would place Nebraska on daylight saving time permanently. The bill would not take effect until the federal government allows states to do so, and until 2 neighboring states adopt similar year-round time legislation. Bayard Senator Steve Erdman said he wouldn't mind seeing the change split the difference.
I think that would be appropriate. Then the sun would still come up in Lincoln before 8 o'clock. And everybody should be happy, because even those people that wanted to stay on mountain time don't get everything they want. And those people that want to stay on daylight savings time didn't get everything, but everybody got something.
Henderson Senator Kurt Friesen said it's no longer the case that the twice-yearly time change is needed by agriculture, as crop-related activities now take place no matter the day or night. Unlike previous years, the measure received overwhelmingly support, with a vote of 40-3 moving the measure to the next round of debate. Meanwhile, the U.S. Senate has already passed similar legislation as it awaits the House of Representatives for their deciding vote. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.